Good evening, and welcome to our inaugural MetroWest Mensches celebration. My name is STUART Raynor, JCC MetroWest CEO, and thanks for joining us. If I was asked to describe our JCC a few months ago, I would talk about the 1,500 to 2,500 people per day that enter our doors to participate in a wide variety of programs. If you're 100 days old or 100 years old, JCC MetroWest has a program and a community for you. Now, in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, I will tell you that so many people have told us that JCC MetroWest has become a lifeline for many members of our community, young and old. Our staff and our volunteers reach out to hundreds of people per day on a variety of online programs, and sometimes just by picking up the phone and engaging in a quick phone call. I want to thank our Board of Trustees, our amazing JCC staff, and you, our members and our donors, for your generous contributions to MetroWest Mensches. If you know of someone who needs a little help, let us know. If you can give a little more, please let us know. Your funds will help us maintain engagement with our community and help us to be ready to reopen our doors as soon as we get the okay. In the meantime, grab your drinks and join me as we celebrate our wonderful honorees, our JCC MetroWest Mensches, Stanley Shapiro, Eddie Hernandez, and Larry Rein. Tonight's program will begin with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner and Hatikva.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It is now my pleasure to introduce our Mensches. Eddie Hernandez shares a warm, smiling greeting with hundreds of early childhood children and parents and other JCC members each day from his security post at our south entrance. He was born in Cuba a year after Fidel Castro assumed power and moved to the U.S. with his family at the age of 8. He fulfilled his lifelong dream by becoming a police officer in Harrison, New Jersey, enjoying a 25-year career in law enforcement, retiring as a detective with the Essex County Prosecutor's Office. Eddie's retirement didn't last long. In January 2016, he began working as a security guard at the JCC, where he thoroughly enjoys his job and everyone looks forward to his upbeat greetings. Eddie has two daughters ages 29 and 26. He lives in East Hanover with his wife Michele and dog Blue. If you live in the MetroWest community, you have almost certainly crossed paths with Larry Rein. Larry is my immediate predecessor as JCC Board Chair. Currently, he is Chair of the JCC Development Committee, Treasurer of JSDD, and a board member of Jewish Family Service, Congregation AABJ&D, the West Orange Mikveh, Joseph Kushner Hebrew Academy, Corinne Ness Foundation, and Chair of the Synagogue Liaison Committee for Jewish Federation of Greater Metro West. He previously served as board chair of the Partnership for Jewish Learning and Life and is a past president of Congregation AABJ&D. Professionally, Larry's achievements include CIO of AT&T's Global Consumer Department, Global Crossing CIO of Metro Networks, and the Senior Vice President of the Program Management Office of IDT. Larry currently lives in West Orange. Stan Shapiro and his wife, Elaine, are lifelong active members of both the JCC and Temple B'nai Abraham in Livingston. Elaine was a charter member of the Lippman Memory Center. Elaine is no longer able to attend the center, and Stan cares for her at home. But he still counts on the pool, fitness center, the lifelong learning program, and senior travel programs at the JCC to keep him healthy and engaged. Stan has a long and distinguished career in the pharmaceutical industry and retired in 2007 from Johnson & Johnson as Vice President of Science and Technology. He consulted for numerous big pharma and startup skincare companies based in the U.S. and Israel. Stan and Elaine have 3 wonderful and loving children, Kenneth, Alyssa, and Cheryl. They've been blessed with 8 truly amazing and talented grandchildren. Stan is a bit miffed that he is too old to attend JCC summer camp as his children did.
Thank you for asking me to say something about Eddie, because I can't think of anybody that it would be easier to say nice things about. Eddie is a warm and welcoming person. He makes everybody who comes into our building and our school, grandparents, parents, fitness members, children, feel so special and really welcomed. When I come in the morning and my head is down and I'm preoccupied with what I have to do for the day, I always get stopped by Eddie to remember to stop, smell the roses, say hi to the people around you. And he is really a builder of community. He makes you, all who enter, feel like they're part of a community, and we are so very lucky to have him. Eddie is truly a JCC Mensch.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle, Eddie's wife. You're probably wondering why I'm wearing a mask for this. I just want us all to look back on this video one day and remember what we're going through right now. People are sick and dying. We can't visit our loved ones. We have to socially distance ourselves from our friends, our family, and our coworkers. We can't physically celebrate this joyous occasion. I want to acknowledge that the people who have lost their lives or their loved ones, and the essential people that are risking their own lives for everyone every day, they're not forgotten, even as we celebrate in this new normal way. Let me take this off now. Talk about my mensch. Good morning! I'm imitating Eddie, of course, as some of you know. I think it's adorable. Eddie's being considered a mensch because he's a people person. He loves to make your day, make you smile, help you in any way that he can, make you feel special. It's what he enjoys most, whether he works for you, he's married to you, he's your brother or your friend. Eddie cares about you. This extraordinary quality is why I believe he's being honored tonight, and I'm so proud of him. I love seeing him interact with you, whether you're 2 or 102. It's really special. I know how much you all love Eddie. I love him too. He's my mensch. I would also like to congratulate Larry and Stanley, as they too must be super special. Congratulations. Stay safe, everyone, and have a great night.
In these trying times, it is so important for us to come together, even if it's via video like this, and to celebrate one another. We may be different in race or religion, but we share the same goals: kindness, compassion, and doing good things for the community. I have to be honest, when I was first approached about being nominated as a mensch, I knew it was an honor, but I really didn't know exactly what mensch meant. I soon learned that it meant a person of integrity and honor. It truly humbled me to recognize with such a prestige award. I love what I do here at the JCC. I have made many new friends here, both young and old, and I appreciate each and every one of them. The JCC community has embraced me and has made me feel like family, and for that, I am truly grateful. In accepting this recognition, I want to say that it is truly my honor to greet the members, the teachers, the staff, the parents, and most of all, the little ones, every single day. I hope I have made a lasting impression on each of you, as each of you has made on me. I thank you for the honor of being named mensch. But the real gift here is that I am surrounded by such wonderful people as I have met here at the JCC. Thank you and good night.
Mazel tov to the MetroWest Mensches. If you look up the word MetroWest in the dictionary, you won't find it. But if you look up the word mensch, you'll see a picture of Larry Rein right there. So what makes Larry Rein a mensch? If you ask Larry to do something and he says yes, he'll do it. If you ask him to do something and he says he'll think about it, he will think about it. And if you ask him to do something and he says no, well, it doesn't really matter because in the end he's going to do it anyway. But Larry's not a pushover. Larry can be critical, but in a positive way. And he joins honesty with compassion. He wants to help you. He wants to make things better. And that's the key thing about being a mensch. Because a person is person-centric, but a mensch thinks of himself last. He thinks of the community. He thinks of other people who need him. And he thinks about how he can be there to help them every step of the way. So, Mazel tov to all the mensches. Thank you, MetroWest JCC, for bringing us together to honor all of them, including my friend, Larry Rein.
When I was asked to make a video upon the occasion of Larry Rein being honored, I said to myself, who is more appropriate and deserving to pay tribute to than a man who I often refer to as the mayor of the greater MetroWest Jewish community? Larry is a dedicated lay leader who doesn't understand the word no. He stretches himself and says yes to institutions and to individuals, and we have no idea how he does as much as he does, and really has become a shining light and a leading example of what a Jewish lay leader is to be in the 21st century. Be it institutionally, ensuring that our institutions are organizationally healthy, are financially healthy, or when it comes to individuals, even in this climate, ensuring that people have food, ensuring that people have jobs. Larry does all that he can to give to the Jewish people, both locally and beyond. Larry, may Hashem bless you with many, many more years of good health and happiness so that you can continue to be an example for the next generation of what it means to be a true, dedicated Jewish leader today. Mazel tov.
My name is Ellen Goldner, and I am one of Larry's hundreds of fans. I am very honored to be able to say a few words about my dear friend. Larry and I have very similar backgrounds. We both grew up in small towns in Pennsylvania with tight-knit Jewish communities. Almost all the Jewish families in these towns were involved in supporting their synagogues, supporting the UJA campaign, and of course, the JCC, where all our activities revolved. So, being a mensch is truly in Larry's DNA. However, what makes him a super mensch is the way he tackles issues in our community. Always with respect, always with kindness, always willing to hear both sides, and always with a smile. Larry, the community is so lucky and blessed that you are part of us. Alan and I wish you strength to continue doing all your mitzvot and wish you a mazel tov on this much-deserved honor.
What does a mensch mean to me? I always think of a person who is a mensch as somebody who has a very high level of integrity, a high level of honesty, and is somebody that you really could just trust. Somebody that really likes to do wonderful things in a community. A mensch is somebody that you could look at and say, I want to be working with that person. I want to be involved with that person. They really do so much for the overall community, and I really believe that I want to be part of them and I want to be their friend. Well, as you know, I've been on it many times before, and somebody said to me, maybe if you get a few more under your belt, you'll actually make it to the Guinness World Book of Records. So maybe that's the answer. But in reality, I think the real reason is because I've been involved in the MetroWest community for so many years, and I've been president of many associations and agencies, and have been involved in so many different levels throughout the entire community. And I really just think that you're probably saying, well, maybe let's honor this guy. He is a mensch. He's a good guy. Let's honor him. I am so looking forward to getting back to the JCC on a regular basis when the doors finally open. You know what I really miss the most? Is walking in on Friday morning and seeing the program where they're doing the Shabbos program. It is probably the most amazing, inspiring moment of the week, where you see all these kids singing Shabbat Shalom and getting ready for Shabbat in the center part of the JCC. It can't be better than that. I also am looking forward to seeing just the vibration of the environment being back again. Seeing people in the building, seeing people with each other, talking to each other, being part of it, from seniors to little children, to people working on athletics, to theater, to performing arts. It is just the part of our life, and that's what I live for every day, is be part of that life. And I miss seeing it. I miss walking into the building and seeing the big smiles of people and feeling that really this is the JCC. This is the centerpiece of our MetroWest community. It can't be better than that.
Hi from Cincinnati, everybody. I am Cheryl Stan Shapiro's daughter. These are his grandkids in Ohio, Avery, Leo, and Stella. We are happy to be here to congratulate my dad and all of the JCC Mensches of the year this year. He's a real giver to us of time and love. I can attest that he's always ready to offer advice and opinions in difficult matters, but he always takes the higher ground and an approach of integrity. He has a firm belief in what's right and wrong and responsible, but he's still open-minded enough to find empathy and relatability in every matter. His life perspective is not only interesting, but his best characteristics are ones that we all try to emulate. So what's everybody's favorite thing about Grandpa? We'll start with Avery.
Hi, I love going to Mexico and taking trips to New Jersey because we can see our grandfather and all our cousins. Grandpa always takes us on vacations to other countries, and he helps us create memories that we can last for a lifetime. I love going to Coney Island with Grandpa and seeing where the chief was a lifeguard a long time ago. He was really valued even when he was young and helped save many lives.
Stella?
Thank you for being so generous, Grandpa. I love you.
Well, thank you guys. Thanks for having us here. Thanks, Dad, and congratulations to all the Mensches of the year. Bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone, I am Ken Shapiro, Stan's son, coming to you with my family from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. I'm going to focus my words on my dad's professional career and how he always displayed Menschkeit values. As a lifeguard on the Coney Island beaches, my dad was diligent about protecting safety and saving lives, so much so that he earned the nickname Eagle Eye. I have to say, 25 years after his days at the beach, I actually ran into a lifeguard alumni who recalled his dedication to saving lives. Professionally, my dad chose to pursue a career in the biological sciences. Now, science is a bit of a calling. You choose to enter the world of the sciences to contribute to the body of knowledge and improve quality of life. My dad's work deepened our understanding of nutrients such as vitamin A and vitamin D, vitamin E, carotenoids in the areas of aging, immunity, and skin maladies. His work directly led to drugs and treatments for a variety of skin diseases, ultimately improving quality of life. Now, my dad's career was in industry, where he was passionate about developing his people. Through mentoring and coaching of his staff, they grew in their scientific disciplines, developed job skills for career progression, and many on his staff are leaders in pharma today. I can go on, but I'm going to let the rest of my family share a few thoughts.
Hi, I'm Peggy, Stan's daughter-in-law, and I just wanted to say congratulations, Stanley. You've always been there for us, for your family and your grandchildren, and especially for Elaine, who you've nurtured and loved, and that to me is a true mensch. We all love you and wish we could be there celebrating with you.
Hi, I'm Abigail, Stanley's first grandchild. Thank you, Grandpa, for all you do for me.
Hello, I'm Matthew. My grandfather really inspires me to be kind and encouraging like himself. Through his love of music, he has inspired me to be a musician. I appreciate the many years we go on family vacations, which allows us to spend time together as a family.
Hi, I'm Aiden, and my grandfather Stan is so caring. He really wants the best for us. He cared so much that he called us during quarantine just to make sure everything was all right.
Congratulations to all the winners of the first annual Mensch Award, and Mazel Tov, Dad.
Hello, my name's Elisa, and I'm Stan Shapiro's daughter. This is my husband, John, and our children, Ryan and Jackie. I want to congratulate my father and the other honorees for being celebrated tonight. Being a mensch is a Jewish standard that my father has definitely lived up to. My dad is honest, hardworking, responsible, fair, charitable, and definitely funny. As a child, my father always put his family first, and we spent a lot of quality time together. We observed Jewish holidays and traditions together. We ate dinner as a family every night, and we went on family vacations. My father also worked very hard as a provider for our family. He was able to make sure my mom and his children had financial stability. Even now, as adults, my father is always there for us. He takes care of my mom, and he's always free to talk to any of us if we have a problem. My dad also takes us and all his 8 grandchildren on these amazing family vacations every year. We all love spending that family time together and appreciate all my father does for us. We all look up to my father, and I am proud to say I am a daughter of a true mensch.
Hey Stan, just want to say congratulations. Wish we could be there in person to celebrate with you tonight.
Hi Grandpa, thanks for being the best grandpa in the world. I love you and I can't wait to see you after quarantine.
Hi, thanks for being such an amazing grandpa. I love you and I can't wait to see you after quarantine.
We love you. Bye.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the JCC for honoring me as being one of the 3 Mensches of the Year award. I would also sincerely thank each one of you that contributed generously to support our JCC in these difficult times. I only regret that I am not there in person to thank you personally. I've been asked, what is a mensch? Well, like many other Yiddish words, mensch has no single English translatable word. As a child, I would often hear statements like, the best thing you could say about a man is he's a mensch. As a special sign of respect, you would say, he's a real mensch. Or, the worst thing you could say about a person's character or actions is, he's no mensch. I also kind of remember my parents or my Yiddish-speaking grandparents saying to me, behave like a mensch. Being a mensch has nothing to do with success, status in life, or wealth. It's defined by a person's character, a sense of righteousness, doing what is right, accepting responsibility, and doing what is morally correct. Why am I being honored tonight? I honestly can't say. It's a very difficult question. If we were there in person and we were all together, I could point to dozens of people out there who I would say are a real mensch. I am a long time and strong supporter of the JCC and my synagogue. In my personal life and professional career, I always spoke my honest opinion and not what would placate my family, friends, colleagues, or bosses. I've always tried to make my personal decisions based on fact and doing the right thing. I would like to think that in my personal and professional life, being intellectually honest, doing the right thing, and treating people with dignity made me a mensch. I have tried to be consistent with this behavior in all aspects of my life. I've always advised my children when in difficult situations, take the high road and always do what is right and morally correct and stay true to our tradition. Don't act out of getting revenge or getting even. In the end, you will be the winner. I've also been asked, what am I looking forward to about getting back to the JCC? Well, that's easy. That one I can answer. The JCC has been my home away from home. I start the day there in the pool or the fitness center. I target 5 to 6 days a week, and on a really good week, I actually get there 7 days. Those were the good old days. The staff is amazing. The leadership in the senior area is dynamic and energized, and I really look forward to kibitzing and traveling with you again in the near future. The Lifetime Learning Programs and the New Jersey Jewish Film Festival provide first-class educational, cultural, and entertaining experiences. So to sum it up, what am I looking for? Getting my life back in order.
Thank you for the opportunity to join you tonight. It's a great covet to speak to the MetroWest JCC family. I'd like to extend a Yasher Koach for establishing the MetroWest Mensches Award and for hosting the event via Zoom in the midst of the COVID-19 crisis. I'd also like to say Mazel Tov to the inaugural honorees, Stanley Shapiro, Larry Rein, Eddie Hernandez. I'm sure they didn't decide to become the epitomes of Menschlichkeit in order to win an award, but it is entirely fitting to recognize what important role models they have become for the MetroWest community. The MetroWest Mensches, it has a nice ring to it. Mensch is one of those words we use all the time, and yet when asked to define what is a mensch, we discover it's not so easy. Is a mensch a nice person, a good person, a moral person? A mensch is all of those things, but those don't really seem to be enough to capture the fullness of the concept. Pirkei Avot teaches there are 3 crowns: the crown of Torah, the crown of priesthood, and the crown of kingship. And the crown of a good name, Keter Shem Tov, is superior to them all. Why does the crown of a good name outrank the others? It's because the crown of a good name is the only aspiration that is open to everybody. Kingship and priesthood, that's a hereditary office. Not everybody is born to a king, a queen, or into a priestly family. And not everybody can become a learned scholar and acquire the crown of Torah. But everybody can acquire a reputation for being a mensch. And that's why it outranks all the others. How do you go about, though, acquiring a reputation for a good name? Keter Shem Tov. So imagine with me for a moment the parking lot in your local grocery store on a normal Sunday afternoon, filled with shoppers pushing their carts to their cars, loading their groceries into them. And in the middle of the parking lot is someone who is stuck, someone who is struggling. It might be an elderly person, it might be a young mom or dad with an infant, it just might be somebody overloaded with grocery bags. And everybody just keeps passing by. Except for one person who stops, who notices, who goes out of his or her way to help a perfect stranger, someone they never met before and someone they're likely never to meet again. Why does that person stop? Sociologists call that kind of behavior altruism, when you do something for someone without any expectation of a reward or a payback. I would suggest that what we Jews call Menschlichkeit anticipated that notion of altruism by centuries. A mensch is someone who's quite happy to shine the spotlight on someone else without any expectation of a return, rather than keep the spotlight shining on themselves all the time. In our transactional, it's all about me world, that becomes noteworthy. But let's look a little deeper. The Torah commands, ve'ahavta l'reyacha kamocha, love your neighbor as yourself. No less an authority than Rabbi Akiva considers this the Torah's central principle. But it's problematic. How can the Torah command me to feel a certain way about someone else? And is it really possible to feel the same way about someone else as I feel about myself? It turns out that the grammar of the phrase holds the secret to understanding its correct meaning. Technically, the command to love your neighbor as yourself should be ve'ahavta et re'acha. By using ve'ahavta le're'acha, what the Torah commands us to do instead is to send love to our neighbor. That means be helpful, be useful, be generous, be kind, be a mensch. The command now is not to feel a certain way, but to behave a certain way, to do good things for the people around you. A mensch is a person who takes that mitzvah, ve'ahavta l'reyacha kamocha, seriously, and devotes themselves to doing good things for the people around them. That still leaves us with the question, how do you make a mensch, or how do you become a mensch? And maybe the best way to answer that question is with this short poem titled, All I Got Was Words. When I was young and fancy-free, my folks had no fine clothes for me. All I got was words. Gott zu danken, thank God. Gott wird geben, God will provide. Soll mir leben und sein gesund. I should be well and healthy. I should live and be healthy. When I was wont to travel far, they didn't provide for me a car. All I got was words. Geh gesund, go in health. Geh pamelach, go sweetness. Habe glückliche Reise, have a wonderfully lucky journey. I wanted to increase my knowledge, but they couldn't send me to college. All I got was words. Hub seichel, have some sense. Zeinish keinar, don't be a fool. Torah is the best schoira. Torah is your best merchandise. The years have flown, the world has turned, things I've gotten, things I've learned, yet I remember. Zog dem emes, speak the truth. Give staka, give to charity. Hab rachmanas, have mercy. Zai a mensch, be a mensch. I want to wish again a mazel tov to the entire MetroWest JCC community, to the 3 honorees. May you all go from chayil to chayil, from strength to strength.
Hi, I'm RHONDA Lillianthal, Director of the Center for Jewish Life for the JCC. This has been an amazing event and a wonderful opportunity to say thank you to 3 true Mensches for their inspiring work in our community. John Ruskin, a prominent artist and social thinker in the 19th century, wrote, "The highest reward for a man's toil is not what he gets for it, but what he becomes by it." We know that when you give of yourselves like you do every day, you're not looking for reward or recognition. And we've probably embarrassed you tonight with all our outpouring of gratitude. But know that all of us here in Zoom land need to express our gratitude to you and to all our community heroes out there, our frontline workers in hospitals and grocery stores and food pantries, caring for the sick and providing for our needs. And to parents and teachers and social workers, our community is strengthened by your commitment to keep our children safe and healthy. To all you Mensches, we raise our glass and say, Toda Rabah and L'chaim, to life, to lives well lived, from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you.